You do the auto thing?
Doesn't need to be done. This is a
Hey, look,
vlog.
this all looks all fuzzy and shit.
Well, tough shit.
That's not the sort of thing.
Only
you
a silly
say at the
person
audience.
sits down and watches these vlogs when they could just listen to them while doing something that's actually
Also
important.
looks like the camera's at an angle.
For a second I thought you were going to quote the film.
What?
Only a foolish man argues over a dead man's pride.
We saw the Raid 2 in Indonesia, the Raid Berendel.
We did not go to Indonesia to watch it.
It's called the Raid Berendel in Indonesia, or just Berendel, I'm not sure which.
I had never seen the Raid 1, so before we went I was forced to watch the Raid 1 and I enjoyed it greatly.
It was hardly forced.
If you haven't seen the Raid 1, you'll be slightly confused when Raid 2 starts because it literally picks up where the Raid 1 finished. I'm talking same costumes, everything.
But it doesn't take an awful lot to
Piece it
get
together,
into
yeah.
an idea what the hell's going on.
Well,
Although-
you wouldn't know who the fuck that guy, the boy getting shot at the start was.
Before we go into this,
Ooh, sorry.
guys, just know, broadly positive review all around.
Oh yeah, fantastic film.
We're not going to spend the entire time. We're not going to spend the entire time bitching about it or anything like that. Although the very start, whenever they were showing the stuff right after the first raid, it's going to be really fun to time my comments, you know, in between his sneezing.
I know what sneeze and freeze are force.
It was
Always a free.
It was really funny because you could spot the obvious stand-in for the elderly actor who was the police high-up guy in the first one, because he wasn't in. He wasn't in this one. His character was never showed. They never showed his face or anything, or they showed him like for 1 or 2 frames, and it was a different guy in a wig.
When you say the other one, you mean the guy with the white hair and the really black eyebrows, like a certain English politician?
He is Scottish, Nicholas.
Who are you talking about?
What's his name?
Alistair Darling.
Yeah, Alistair Darling.
I think he looked more like.
His hair is white and he has massive jet black eyebrows.
He is a Scottish politician and he is the head of the Better Together campaign.
I thought it was Ian Paisley he looked like. No, the guy I was referring to is Omar Sharif during the Raid 1. The
Yeah,
villainy
so
guy.
same person.
Him, the actor for that clearly didn't come back.
Oh, okay. I really wasn't paying attention.
You only saw the back of his head, the side of his head, and then him getting shot, and so they didn't need him back. But they obviously,
Well,
based on the angles chosen, they obviously shot around the fact that he wasn't there. And I was like, lol. I was also like, lol, because seconds after the Raid 1 ends, Rama's face becomes a lot more circular than it was in the first one. His first one was all angles and longness, and the second one is just, it's fatter. I don't think he's put on weight, his face has just changed shape a little bit.
he looked very gaunt in this one.
You know, those cats sound pissed.
No, it's just cheap. Fucking Lucy. The minion cat is antagonizing Hagan cat.
Cat fight. Ooh. Wow.
So the, okay, well the first raid is, as you shouldn't be aware, it's Dread but Indonesian.
It's awesome.
It has its own charms, completely. Dread is awesome, Raid is awesome, and in similar ways and different ways.
It makes better use of a fridge than Indiana Jones did.
But this one is like, imagine they did Die Hard, and then Die Hard 2, instead of doing the same shit in an airport, was Die Hard 2, but Die Hard 2 was The Departed, and John McClane went undercover as a criminal.
What was that film you compared it to? Infernal Affairs?
That was the Chinese original that The Departed was based on.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
kinda, well, not really. First of all, there's more hammers in this.
Oh, why did I not make a Hammer Time joke?
There's time, you can do the Raid 2 in 5 seconds and just have a woman beating the shit out of a guy with hammers with Hammer Time playing over it.
But guys, just bear in mind, it's not one for the squeamish.
Oh no.
There is an awful lot of violence in the film. A lot of people being hurt in unpleasant ways.
And like everyone else is talking about how this is one of the most violent and gory films ever made. Even Brad said that was one of the most violent films he's ever seen. I'm just sitting here being like, my first review was Story of Ricky.
Yeah, Story of Ricky, but it was comedy violence. This violence looks like kinda, sorta
It
what it
does
might
look
actually
realistic.
feel like
I know,
to be
but-
hurt in that way.
But I have just crossed too many rivers of blood for this to have the same effect on me as it has on you guys.
That's
And to
why
be
I'm
fair,
warning
the
the
story of Ricky
audience.
was very over the top. It didn't have much in the way of violence, but it had puppet gore.
And this is why I'm warning the audience, not you. You're too far gone. We've all given up on you, but they
You know, the next
they have hope.
the next season I want to start watching films for notes with you guys again.
Yeah, sure.
What?
Next season I want
Just
to
gotta-
start doing you guys taking part in notes taking again.
Gee.
You guys got away with not seeing where the dead gonna die.
Fuck you.
We are.
I
sitting
watched
away.
it. I made it funny.
I got 20 minutes
When you start
The
reviewing
review.
good
No,
films,
of the film.
You go, oh my, holy shit! Avatar of Decent Humor attempted to watch where the dead gonna die. Where'd you find it?
I streamed it.
You turned off the stream yourself?
Yes.
What point did you get to?
I can't remember. I think it was just after the canine abortion. And I went, fuck it, no.
The thing is, with the where the dead gonna die, it gets harder to watch the further in you get.
No, I stopped there.
This is not-
Fascinating.
So yeah, fuck you.
It really doesn't sound like a pleasant film.
It's not!
Watch the review.
I haven't watched the review.
Okay,
It
then
doesn't
you
sound
know.
like it's a pleasant film.
It's not.
But anywho, back on topic.
Back
The
to
main character has something against hamstrings.
He's just efficient in taking people down.
True. One of his favourite tricks is to get something sharp and pointy, dig it into the back of a guy's leg at the top of the knee, and just drag it down to the foot.
Yeah. It's like this guy. He is the character he's playing is nowhere near as good a martial artist as some of the other guys in the film. But the other guys in the films are more of a traditional "I'm going to be showy while I kill you" type guys. So this guy just efficiently takes them out.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the equivalent of the Terminator versus Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee's a better martial artist than the Terminator, but the Terminator would likely kill Bruce Lee in a fight.
Yeah, there's no focus on being honourable and all that other shit. It's just basically, I'm going to take you out, and
Yeah.
I'm going to keep you out.
It's like the opposite of Tony Jaa in that way. Tony Jaa is like, I'm going to completely do show-offy stuff while I'm not doing wire work unless I'm in one of my later films when I become shit. So it's the complete opposite. It's pure efficiency in martial arts.
The film itself felt long.
Well, it was.
But not in the, oh, I want to go away type way. Long in the, it felt like a good long piece of work. A good long. Good long.
I'm going to look up the IMDb for some actors here because one of the Japanese guys, I think is like because there's the three Japanese guys. There's the one guy who I didn't recognize. There's the one guy, the one guy I didn't recognize who looked like a female J-pop superstar who'd been given a beard and dressed up as a man. And then
Is
there
that the
was
one in the grey suit? at
the
end?
young one. The young one.
Yeah, I recognise him too.
It's like,
I can't place him.
well, he's one I couldn't place, but he looks like a pop star of some sort. But then there was the other two, the older ones.
Mm-hmm.
I recognize one, no idea where from, but the other one I'm fairly sure might have played someone in a Ruhi Kamara film, possibly playing Aragami in Aragami.
I
I'm not sure.
recognize the voice myself.
So I'm like, we gotta work out through our Japanese movies we've watched together to work out who that guy was.
We watched a lot.
If only Tak Sakaguchi was in there. Do you know what I noticed? The son of the Indonesian gangster guy, he was totally Indonesian Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, he did look a lot like him. He didn't look anything like his father.
Yeah, it was like, this guy is not the biological son of this guy, of the other one. So what I'm thinking is that Bruce Campbell came in and had sex with the guy's mother, and then he's illegitimate.
That's
Because
possible.
this guy done.
I might explain why he wasn't being given the family business.
Yeah, why he was so angry? Because he's like down to the hair, the
But
way he has his sideburns and all.
The father flat out said why he wasn't being given control just
Yeah, that's
yet.
just for cover. It's cute.
Yeah, he's covering. He couldn't say you are not Bruce Lee. Bruce Campbell's.
Well, Bruce Lee, that'd be even bigger scandal.
That really would be. But you
Betray
can't
us to
just
the
say
Japanese.
you're Bruce
No, you're
Campbell's
Chinese. God damn
son.
it.
Because then he'll be all like cutting his arm
He's
off.
American, but a bit German.
But I'm gonna say, guys, right now I'm starting the campaign for the Raid TV show because that felt like it would make a bloody awesome TV show. 10-episode show, Would be brilliant.
I don't know
I
where
wanna see
they
the-
go for that.
I want to see the Raid 3 where Bruce Campbell is there being all like, you killed my son, Rama, I'm going to kill you now.
I don't think there will be. He said at the end, he's out. He's done.
We'll all meet up again in the Raid 3, the quest for more money.
I suppose. Lots of merchandising inbound.
Yes.
Oh, but guys, I gotta say that that sequence on the highway.
Yeah, the car.
That's how you do an action sequence
In a
on
car?
a highway in a car. I mean, I have never come across another film that had a vertical shot with action going on in a car. That was brilliant.
That was really good.
Just
A
looking
vertical
down,
shot from the inside of a car, as if you are the roof of the car.
looked brilliant. The whole sequence. I mean, Terminator 3 wasted an absolute fortune on their one, and it was nothing compared to this sequence.
Matrix 2.
Matrix 2's was pretty good.
No, I'm saying
But
Matrix
not
2's
this.
is shit. They spent a lot more money.
Yeah,
I just
but it did look
realised
okay. But this one was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
a GIF was sent to me a while ago showing how they got shots around cars. I just realised that was like from the making of that fucking film.
Huh.
What they basically has is guys and what do you call those skin suits that are like the green screen suits.
Uh-huh.
They had one guy on the hood and he just kind of led forward and passed the camera to another guy who was in the back seat, who passed it around past the driver, to another guy who's strapped to the side of the car.
In fact, I was
All
wondering
one
how they
shot.
did that, because the extended shot from going around the car and all, I was trying to work out if I saw a cut in it. Because most of the times when you have really
No?
insane shots like that, most of the time when you have shots like that, there is a cut there, but it's disguised and you don't notice it unless you know it's there, where it is, and you can, freeze frame it.
There are a
Like
lot of tracking shots in this
like,
that are
Pe-
really well done.
Peter Jackson, in his early films, he did a lot of these extended shots that were all done practically, including really long extended ones. Like the very start of Bad Taste, there's this incredible one where it passes up, but there's like a join there. But Peter Jackson is a master of connecting joins where you don't notice them.
But no, that was all done. It's 3 guys in those green screen suits that are just kind of duct taped
So they have to
and boat strapped to the side of the
So they
car.
got to CGI the car replacement stuff on top of them. That sounds like a plausible way of doing it.
But yeah, that's what that GIF is from. That's where I recognised half that scene from.
But the parts of this felt Quentin Tarantino-ish to me.
Oh yeah, he said.
Because, okay, we got, women in her mid-20s armed with hammers, and she's blind in one eye, and she's deaf, and she's beating the shit, killing guys with hammers. And it's like, Tarantino wishes he invented that.
Wait. We don't know if she was deaf. She might have been dumb.
Well, they signed to
They were
her.
signed
Yeah, signed to her. But
And
that doesn't necessarily mean she can't
and-
hear.
Why would they
when
sign
they
to
sent
her?
her off, the boy with the baseball bat had to grab her arm and pull her because she didn't hear the order.
Why
to
would
go.
you have to sign someone who's in a room when you were giving verbal orders, and then then she has to have it signed to her? Why would, if she's not deaf, would they have to do that?
There are people who don't pick up the language as well whenever they're dumb. I'm not talking dumb as in stupid.
Being dumb and being unable
There
to
are
speak.
people who do that.
I don't believe.
There are.
The sign-
I will look it up after this.
The
point
You
is-
guys look it up and vindicate me.
This sounds fishy to me.
It does. The point is,
What?
whenever they're at the restaurant and he sends them all off, she doesn't react to when they call.
Okay, I missed
The other guy
that part.
had to
I'll
fit-
accept that.
You laughed when she went back for her hammers.
Yeah, I mean, she was being dragged away.
And her boyfriend is around the same age and is armed with a baseball bat and some baseballs, which he uses to kill people. This is Quentin Tarantino-ish shit, and the fact when she kills guys with hammers on a subway train, I was like, midnight meat train, ha. You are totally not Ruhi Kamara's best film, but you're not his worst either.
Which was good. But yeah, the
But
fighting.
the guy also made a Zumi and Aragami and Versus. That is his holy trilogy.
Well,
Though
I've
they're
seen
not
them
actually
first.
connected, but still.
Yeah, the fighting in this, at times you could tell where it was carefully choreographed,
Yeah.
but other times it just felt like it descended into street brawliness, and that was really fun.
Yes, true.
I got, based on the trailers, I get the feeling this is the film that Tom Yum-Gong 2 should be. Tony Jaa either retire or get better again.
But yeah, bottom line for me is it was a very enjoyable film. It was very good at what it did. If you're squeamish, probably best not go to see it. But other than that, no, I'd highly recommend it. And if you haven't seen the Raid 1, go now, pause this,
No, don't
Then-
pause.
no,
Wait till
pause.
after the video.
pause, go watch the Raid, then come back and finish the video.
No one's going to do that.
Did you enjoy the Raid?
No one's going to do that. I want to see a sequel to Dredd where he goes undercover. Dredd goes undercover and he takes his helmet off. That's why no one recognizes him. But then the rest of the movie, they have strategic objects in front of him, in front of the camera, so he can't actually see his face.
Wait, that sounds familiar.
That would be very funny and difficult.
Yeah, it would. But it'd be funny.
Powerpuff Girls did that with Miss Bell.
Did they?
Yes, every
Yeah.
time, yeah.
Sort of, it's also the sort of thing Austin Powers does with genitals and everything. It's like
Yeah.
that, but for the entire movie, as Dredd's undercover pretending to be a punk.
Powerpuff Girls did it first. I don't know, when I start shouting out being a law, it might, yeah.
You ever seen Plan 9 from Outer Space?
What?
Plan 9 from
Why
Outer
in
Space.
the world would she have seen Plan 9 for Outer Space?
Ed Wood.
Why would she
Okay.
have seen it?
Bela Lugosi,
And
the
then
biggest
it's
star in the
terrible.
film, and he died one day, I believe, after filming started.
Mm-hmm.
So they filmed the rest of it. They billed him as the star, and they filmed the rest of it where his part was played by this guy who looked a bit like him in a wig with a cape over his face. So I think Powerpuff Girls were not there first.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So, yeah, favourite fight scene.
The guy playing him wasn't actually an actor.
I really like the prison brawl.
Prison Brawl was good.
That was the best mud wrestling I have ever seen since Star Trek: The Next Generation episode Family between Picard and his brother.
Not very sexy, though.
There was an awful lot of murder and death in a prison riot, which caused
A Malaysian prison.
yeah, but
Indonesian.
which caused our main character not to have his sentence increased at all. I mean, personally, if you're involved in a prison riot which involves people being killed, including guards, you'd think that might have affected his sentence a bit.
All I want
Also, anyone else thinking that they sent the first tiny group of guards in just to die
I
before the second, much larger group of guards?
What the
Chest
hell
Ellen's
was
got
that
fast.
sniper doing? I mean, really?
Well, he was there to make sure they didn't
Well, to
escape.
be fair, from where he was on the roof, when they're all covered in mud and brawling, it kind of came hard to tell between the officers and the
So we
prisoners.
figured if they were climbing over the wall that they were probably not guards.
Hey, there could have been guards trying to escape.
Theoretically, but probably not. But I just want to see the first 25 minutes of this mashed up with Story of Ricky. It would be so good.
No.
I was
Yeah.
actually I was in my mind redubbing sections of this just with the dialogue from Story of Ricky.
Also, I want to know who made their toilet stall doors, because that door was fucking strong.
Yeah, overpowered.
She is trying to walk along the new television, but it is too thin.
Yeah, she's going to have to go off the back of the stand.
Now Neil's Spartans are safe.
He was saying that. But anyway, let's not just tell everyone about the cat and her adventures, which they can't see because she's behind the camera.
Okay.
Adventures of Minion Cat? That
Yes.
sounds like a spin-off series to me. It's hard. We must do this.
Well, if you want to, we can. Just, you look at a film where she's doing interesting stuff.
Oh, Jesus.
Sounds like she fell down.
Sounds like the tail just disappeared behind the TV.
Anyway,
I think she might be stuck.
She'll be out. She's stuck.
the
Oh, there she
Raid.
is.
I know it's been out in America for like a couple of weeks or whatever. So if you have the chance, you've probably seen it.
Yeah.
But if you haven't and you like action, it is the first one was a really good action film, and so's this.
It was dread and a low budget, but really good.
Very, very good.
No, the first one was.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The first one was dread and a low budget.
It was still very good. Dread and the Raid both ended up, but while they're both basically the same film, they both ended up being really, really, really fucking good, which is unusual.
Hello, sweetie.
But yeah, very good film, very happy, I would highly recommend it.
I have a cat. That is my contribution to this.
So yeah, is that us?
That'll be it.
Wait,
Oh, no,
Oh.
not happening.
No.
You're gonna cause them to fight.
Da-da-da! Mini cat. Ow. Claws.
okay, audience, see you very shortly for my Amazing Spider-Man 2 vlog, which
Oh my god, Hagan, you turned into a cat!
I'm seeing it tomorrow. These two are not. I'll be seeing it with Robin and Sarah.